I want people to know that I really care about what I do and I care about the people that I work with, but I also want to try to live the most fun life I can possible. This is why gyms go out of business, because they don't do this stuff, not the training part. It's just this part sucks. You can sell them, but then you still have to deliver on what you promised, right? You have to make them feel like they are on the same page. They know what their expectations are. They know what their expectations of me are. They know how everything's going to run. They know when they should be taking progress pictures. They know when they should be eating, when they should be tracking, and how all these things work. So that's the biggest goal for the year, is trying to get me to scale everybody's goals so they know when everything's perfect. I mean, you can go anywhere and do physical fitness, right? You can go anywhere and get a trainer. You can go anywhere and, join a gym. The hard part is getting people's mentality to change. So many people are thinking that they need to get results in a week. They need to get results in 30 days because that's what they've been promised so much with commercials and with supplements that promise you these crazy things. Or you see the Beau flex with the hot chick on the elliptical thing and she's shredded and they say you're going to get results in 90 days. It's trying to change the mental space of people. It's not working out. The working out's the easy part. It's getting you to have real expectations of how long it's going to take you to reach your goals. So if you're telling me you want to lose 30 pounds and you tell me you want to do it in 20 days, I have to manage that expectation and try to get people to think about it as a 6-month goal rather than a 2-week goal, so they do not get frustrated. Getting people's minds is the hard part, man. Sometimes it feels like a psychiatrist almost, more than it feels like a trainer. So trying to get people's minds right, it's the hard part, man. Managing expectations is the hardest part, for sure. Squats, going 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hey, let's go. What's going on today? What are you doing today?
Well, I said all.
And push-ups. Same format. Oh, 6 right. Yeah, take it off. It ain't cold no more, coach. It ain't cold no more. It's like everybody knows that you should sprint. Everybody knows you should lift weights. Everybody knows you should eat an apple. It's just a matter if you're doing it or not, That's what we do. Never not working,
First session with Sadie today. Sadie is an interesting case because she has been around, we've been around each other a lot. I've trained a lot of her friends, and she's a perfect example of having to be ready to train. So many people try to push fitness on their family members or friends, and they think because they're working out, it's time for their friend to work out who's a little out of shape. She's the perfect example of she wasn't ready to train. She wasn't ready for that. And she came to me with a big focus. I can't fully share everything that she wants to train for, but she has a big purpose behind it. And she came to me and wanted to do it for herself. She had a lot of people in her life pushing her to work out, but she wasn't ready. So she finally came to me in private and said, I want to do this. And you can tell by her motivation how driven she is because she has a bigger purpose and she's doing it on her terms. So I'm super excited because she's athletic, she's got drive, and she's disciplined and smart. So it's a big combination. I'm super excited to see where she goes with her journey.
I blame most people for the things that I'm doing. Like if I say, hurry up, it means I'm going slow. Good enough. All right, let's go. Let's walk up. Get that. I've been rocking the same backpack for the past 6 years. Nothing fancy, just Mark. And it's not even mine. I don't even play soccer. Whatever. Don't judge me. Let's get up. Reagan, let's go.
I think you can say that for Texas, period.
Yo, this still boggles my mind, yo. The fact that we have this is crazy to me. Every time I show up, we were working out in the park, Franklin. We had nothing. Now we got a logo and stuff. It's cool. Okay, so tell me why this idea does not work. Like, this is my new business adventure. It may work, it may not. A fitness incubator. So you know how like in Silicon Valley they have those places where you can go and you can try do your startup and you have like mentors there for you and stuff, and you just pay a fee, or you get like part of the royalties for the company, or like, you know, whatever, equity out of it.
Sorry.
Like, why can't we have a fitness incubator? Like, you basically, you get 4 or 5 clients to live in like this awesome, very cool house, and then they pay rent for, say you get like a 4-bedroom house, it's like $3,000 a month for the mortgage. They each pay $1,500 a month, and they get food, they get personal training, they get to live in the house. And then after a year, hopefully they're super in shape, right? They lose 100 pounds like the Biggest Loser or whatever. Why doesn't that work? Because you make money on the house, you're getting the house payment paid off quicker, because the real money is in, once the house is paid off, you now have equity in the house, you now own a home, right? So that's where the real investment is. But second of all, you make money off them paying, and then you also have clients who are getting in shape. And then you create demand once they're in shape. I don't understand why it doesn't work, especially after you own the house. If you rent it out enough times, you get enough people in shape. Then I own a house, and then I've gotten 12 people in shape. That doesn't make sense. I'm thinking about it. In the comment section, please let me know why you would not want to stay in a fitness incubator, or if you would commit to that. Like a 6 months working out with a trainer, you pay a certain fee, it's covered for your housing, covering your food, and covering your personal training sessions. Why it would work or why it wouldn't work, I would like to hear. I would like to know. This is great. Like, I'm so happy you're here. I spend all day by myself thinking about these things, and then I'm just like, I'm usually just by myself thinking about this stuff. So it's nice to have someone around to talk to, so thank you. We gotta go get supplements right now. We need protein for the gym, and then, gentlemen, if you're trying to get strong, the only supplement I'm ever gonna really take, well, 2, is a whey protein, or some type of protein. If you're vegan, a vegan protein. I don't consider that a supplement though. That's just a nutrient. That's just like food you eat and stuff. So I don't consider that one. But the other one is a creatine supplement. Creatine supplement, it's been studied that it is safe for you. You're not, it's not going to destroy your kidneys. People tell me it's going to destroy your kidneys. Only if you're dehydrated is it going to destroy your kidneys. Like, if you are hydrated and you're taking 5 grams of creatine a day, then you will build strength. You'll have more fullness in your muscles. You'll feel stronger when you do it, and it's going to allow you to push more weights, which will allow you to put more muscle on, if that is a goal for you. That's one supplement that I would tell people to take. Everything else is BS. You don't need crazy fat burning supplements. You don't need all of these things. You need to be eating either in a deficit if you're trying to lose fat, or you need to be in a surplus if you're trying to build mass. So it's one or the other. It's very hard to be building and get super strong and then still be trying to burn fat. Is it doable? Yes, but it's also very hard, especially for the normal average person who's sitting down for 8 hours a day, like just hanging out. So can we go get the supplements? Come on. Okay. All right. But we can do other things. Carb master, very, very high protein yogurt, low sugar, low fat. It was called creamy farmhouse chicken and garden soup that we made. And it's pretty good. 1 cup is only 210 calories, so it's pretty cool. Food scale. Interesting. I haven't really used one a lot in the past, but we just started. It's a cool way to measure food. Sweet protein. There's a lot of chicken in here, so we're going to eat that. Then we need some type of carbohydrate. which we're gonna eat here, and then we're gonna have yogurt, just because I like yogurt, and Italian protein too. So a pre-workout meal, always like 90 minutes to about 30 minutes before your workout. If you're gonna do something liquid like a protein shake or some type of smoothie before workout, you can do it like even up to like 15 minutes before. So I always do solid food like 30 minutes before, so it kind of can digest a little bit. So you gotta experiment and play around with like what you do too though. So if you have a super sensitive stomach and you eat 30 minutes before and it doesn't work out well, then you know you need to do it 60 minutes before or 90 minutes before. Oh, we have James today. Oh, you get to meet James. He's a funny dude. Yeah, we're gonna videotape your session today, so make sure you bring your A game. Otherwise, we'll have video of you being a horrible client.
A lot of people ask me why I work out at a different gym, why I work at Lockout. It's because it's an oasis for me to get away from R&G, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, fitness has always been my opportunity to clear my head. And being here at R&G, sometimes it's hard to clear my head and have my moments and have my hour, like my therapy session. And that's what fitness is to me. So that's why I go over there. And as far as my fitness goes, for me, I really just want to feel confident that I look the parts. I have to talk the talk and walk the walk when it comes to fitness. So I try to keep myself in shape at all times, but also still having a balance of what other people want. People still want to live their lives. They still want to be able to have pizza or have a drink with their friends on the weekend. So I try to put myself in situations where I live my life, but I also try to stay in the best shape possible. And how do I find that balance?
Oh, for any muscle gain or any fat loss diets, you need to have you need to have a high protein diet. The only diet that you can't do is a high carb and a high fat. You can have a high protein and a high fat, or you can have a high protein and a high carb, but you cannot have a high carb, high fat. So high protein for everything is the key to any diet, okay? Just so you know. Unless you're ketoed out, then if you're ketoed out, it's a different game. That's all.
I was like, oh,
yes.
We're working out today? What?
Yeah, that's exactly what's happened, yeah. Right. I go to the bathroom and then we train. I have a really good story about James.
Before it was kind of just like worked out with a buddy, but it was more of an accountability thing. But working out with Beau was great. It's fun. I don't like dread working out.
So James is someone that I was referred to maybe 3 years ago. Before even R&G started, I was working at a little gym up in Anna, and he came to me and he was not happy with where he was at. He was overweight. He felt like he wasn't in the shape he was like used to be. He was an athlete in the past, played soccer, and at the beginning he had no real physical drive. I couldn't get him to go to the next level. Like if we had reps of 10, he would get to 8 and he would be done. And now, over the past 3 years, I've seen him take so much shape in how well he is able to drive. He wanted to be a firefighter, and I told him, I was like, you're gonna have to get in shape, you're gonna have to find the next level to your mentality as far as being able to push. And I think he took it to heart. I think it took maybe 1.5 years of us, having not the best sessions, but once that year hit and he thought about the fire department, it really propelled him to a different level. He's much stronger now. He's a much happier kid. He's confident. He's a little cocky, but it's all for the best. And now he's 1.5 years into training, or in 1.5 years with the fire department, and he's such a more confident guy. And it was fun for me to see the transition over the past 3 to 4 years with them. So.
Ready. Yeah, so when you do curls, it's very easy to cheat if you have your elbows outside of you here. It's very hard to cheat with your range of motion when your elbows are in front of you. So we always try to emphasize having your elbows in front of you rather than out to the side. It's very easy to cheat and not bend your elbows all the way. It's harder to do that when they're all the way in front. It's almost like a wall to stop you from cheating. And Brendan left arm. And James has a lot of wall since he had that ice cream. He has a lot of wall to stop him from cheating. You're doing great.
My feelings are already hurt. It's too late.
It's all right. It's fine. You'll get over it. One down. We're gonna have Harper sing for you today. Harper's gonna sing for the camera today because she needs to practice. We're gonna go a little bit of an intensity thing today for warm up. You don't need that much time to rest up. We're gonna go 6 rounds, 15 seconds on, 7 off. We're gonna do jumping jacks first round, 15 seconds, and squats for 15 seconds, second round. Okay. When you hear the bell. You got used to it today, though. You got used to it pretty quick today. 30 seconds. Camera today, you got pretty used to it pretty quick. Probably like an hour and a half. It was weird at first, but you got over it. She got a little cocky. She got just a tiny bit of muscle after training for a month and a half, and now she's like, yeah, I need a mats. I need like supplies to work out now. Here we go. Harper, it's crazy. I just serendipitously found this girl on Instagram. I asked her if she wanted to train, and she ended up being a really special individual. She's very genuine, someone that I've come really close with. She's only 16-year-old, but you would think that she was almost 30 with her maturity level. She has so many ambitions, and she's, I don't know, she brings a smile to my face every time I see her. And she has big ambitions, and you guys will see what I'm talking about soon. And I'm excited for her journey, and I'm excited that I get to be a part of a small piece in her journey. And I know I learned a lot from her as far as her bringing glow to someone every single day. So I admire her in a way, and I don't want her to know that, but you know, I admire her in a way, the way she shows up and is kind to everyone and has a real pure heart, if I can say it that way. So I love Harper, and I hope she does big things in the future. And then now we're going to go. We gotta grab the speakers for Frisco teacher training, and then we gotta go find food. Grub, gotta eat. Gotta eat! There we are. For me, I don't do well when I don't have food, so I will. It's very rare for me to skip a meal. Like unless I know that I need to lose a certain amount of weight for a certain time, like I'll fast in the morning and then skip a breakfast, but that's even super rare for me. Like I will always eat, because if I don't eat, I'm not a quality trainer. Does that make sense? Like I don't have the energy to deliver the way I need to for my service. So no, I'll never eat. Like I'll eat shitty before I won't eat. Like just a ton of stuff all the time, like just a ton of quality viral stuff that you could use.
And tell us where we're at again.
We're at Scott Elementary, and it's Frisco SD, but it's in McKinney, so I think they got confused. But this is where my wife works, and then this is the headquarters of Frisco RNG. That's Whitney. Whitney's super, got a baby coming. Best part about training is that you don't have to work out with them. They just run. Only job in the world you can yell at people and tell them what to do, and they really like you for it.
And now we're in the heat, and I can hardly breathe. You know how to get to.
Keep those heels on the ground for me, Kenzie. Vicky, can't you work on them quads, Coach? sliver, and I don't know how long. I don't know if that's one or not.
Does it hurt? Like, does it bother? I don't know. Don't slivers, like, when you push on them, don't they, like, aren't they painful?
Can you get my weight off the camera? No, I'm just kidding.
No. So for any diets, you need to have your protein intake to be about body weight, so whatever your body weight is, times 0.7 times 0.1. That's probably your best protein range for any fat loss diets or even fat gain or a muscle gain diets. Okay, so the other factors, calories, the second most important thing is going to be your protein intake.
89.6.
89. So we'll just say 90. 90 to 128 should be your protein range daily. Protein grams per day. Cool. If you got in that range and you stayed under your calories, it all works. You got 2 chicken breasts?
Yeah.
Holy guacamole, that
I'm
sounds
trying to get
horrible.
my protein.
That's no, it's great. Physically, I'd be like, good day, bad day, weird.
Good day. Better. Yesterday I was grumpy. So I got grumpy about my not being able to eat. So I worked out last night.
Yeah, did you feel better?
Yes.
Yeah, see?
And then
Stress
I went to
Who needs
sleep.
wine when you can work out? Two scoop? That's the new ad lib. Frankie D, make sure you put that on there. Like, I want randomly it to just be like 2 scoops, 2 scoop, 2 scoop, 2 scoop throughout the whole thing. Like, just random. I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that. But it would be fun.
I would I know you've got a lot going on with running workouts on the days that you're, I don't see you. I would like to work out. It's too damn cold to go out and run right now, which is what I would normally do.
Yeah.
But last night I just did my own thing. I looked at your snaps and saw some of what y'all were doing and then did my own stuff. But tomorrow.
If you need anything, you just have to ask.
Okay.
I may do shitty and not send you a workout, but I still have it here. Does that make sense? Sorry, it doesn't.
Yep.
Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't.
No, it does.
All right.
Bye.
I almost sent this to myself. Your name is.
For me, I've always been a guy who liked to shine. If I had a performance or I had a big basketball game, I always enjoyed the big crowds most, and I think that helps me a little bit with group training. It allows me to go in kind of this tunnel vision thing. It allows me to, try to figure out everyone's motivation. Everyone's a little bit different. So navigating group training is a lot of fun because there's so many dynamics. If you have a personal training session, you have one person, they need to be motivated a certain way. I mean, we definitely go deeper into the psychology during the training session with one individual. But it's a lot more fun for me to figure out crazy different elements and dynamics of the group training session. I know this person over here really needs to work on a certain thing and this person has a knee problem. And for me to try to figure out and problem solve in the moment is it makes me feel really alive. And the fact that these people show up every day and there's 20 of them or 15 of them in a group session blows me away. Like I said, where we started from, we had 10 people in the middle of the dark at 5:30 in the morning. And the fact these people keep showing up, it really brings gratefulness to my life and makes us understand how far we came. And it's just fun. It's no better feeling than have 10 people yelling at you to, do a walk and lunge, or have someone that is, struggling with the weights and you got 5 other people cheering them on. There's no better feeling than that. And I think we lose that, especially if you're an athlete or if you get out of college or you get out of high school, and then all of a sudden you're just kind of on your own. You don't have a mentor, you don't have people around you cheering you on all the time, especially if you're doing something you don't enjoy, and there's other people doing stuff they don't enjoy either. So it's kind of an oasis, and I really like group training because it's kind of a lot more like a family than just a regular gym. So it's super special to me, and I'm grateful for everyone who comes.